drop that and move the microphone down a little bit. There you go.
No, this is okay, I'm ready. This is a situation I'd like to bring to the eyes of the public. Mm-hmm. The way Manitoba Housing and RBC has been running roughshod over people and breaking the rules of landlord tenancy acts. They will go out of their way to get you to sign off and submit 5-day eviction notices on a Friday when it only gives you 3 days during the week to take any action against them. Most people who get these notices have no clue what to do. First of all, when they bring these notices, never accept them. Never accept a notice on a weekend. Secondly, never accept a 5-day notice under any circumstances, because the RBC is not a government institution.
Yeah.
So if you allow yourself to be pushed in that way, what happens? You're stressed out. Most people think they have to move. Under the circumstances that's going on in Manitoba at this time, you don't have to move. Possession is 9/10 of the law. No one ever has to move, especially if you owe rent. If you move out on a landlord owing rent, that bill follows you to your next tenancy.
Yeah.
That is why there's so many homeless people. They're moving with bills left behind. Stay put, fight it, continue to pay. Once you're paid up, that is the only time you may think about moving. But whilst you owe anything, you cannot move. As you get older, they're doing this more and more. You have specific landlords, and you have people in certain programs that target people. One such person is named Kelly Scribe.
Yeah.
She is literally one of these people that they send in to terrorize tenants. Her ploy is she'll show up and look you over. And the second thing she does, she sends security guards to bang at your door constantly.
Yeah.
Most people get agitated and answer. If you get agitated and answer, what happens? You answer aggressively. From it being a simple situation of getting it resolved, now she has grounds to call the police on you. That is the only way you can be evicted. Once the police get involved, you will be evicted. Yeah. So long as the police are not involved, you will not be evicted.
Speaking on my thing, my landlord, my landlord is this woman. She owns like about 12 to 17 properties in this condos in this suite.
Okay.
I'm the best tenant she's ever had. They're all like drug dealers, fucking heads. And
so
everything.
She's thinking about quick turnover in cash.
She's expecting me. She thinks they thought I was like that kind of guy or something. So the guy, her son came up to me, not the guy that I normally deal with. It was his brother. He got me confused, I guess, with somebody else. Gave me the eviction notice because I was a couple weeks behind on rent. Gave me it at 9 p.m. I go, this is on a Friday on 9 p.m. I go, you can't do this. It has to be within the normal business hours.
Exactly.
And he's like, you can't. You're getting kicked out as of the next day, and it's on a weekend on Saturday. And I go, this is bullshit. I had my buddies, drinking with my white buddies, and I'm like, yo, these are witnesses. You can't do this. And he just smartened up. I go, listen, man, I have yet to be my fucking fire alarm fixed. I'm worried about this shit. There's like we had just finished. They finally got my windows fixed, but I had a hole in my windows. There was a lot of things that I was complaining about, and it was like, oh, we'll take it up with somebody that in the building. The board of directors, building guys, and they're like, you have to take it up with the. So I'm literally getting bounced back and forth.
And that's just it. So long as you know the rules, and they constantly break the rules.
Yeah.
By trying to get you to do things on a weekend. On a weekend, you should never, ever take any government papers.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even if
it was just someone printed it. I'm pretty sure he just printed it off.
Exactly.
And there was no signatures of anybody in power to do anything. So I'm like,
and how many of these landlords are actually making money from people who actually get scared and leave and abandon all their property?
Because there's a lot of the foreigners that don't know English too well. They don't know the customs of Canada, so they're being preyed upon.
I know.
And it's fucked.
The thing is, here we are, stuck in a situation, and this is due to the conservative government. Mm-hmm. The conservative government constantly, no matter how much money the liberal government gives them, they take the money and they go out and they apply the money differently. Because I have spoken to the Ministry of Finance with regards
You did?
to the budget.
How did that come about? How did you get a... Did you just call them?
I was in a dispute with 55 plus. Mm-hmm. And I was searching for a top up to my pension. Okay. And I literally found the number, and I was given the number to the ministry. And when I made the call, the woman answered. I was a little shocked.
Yeah.
And we spoke for like a good 40 minutes. And from her standing, she allots the money. She actually allots the money to the programs. But once the money gets to the programs, it's up to the individuals in the programs to put the money where it's supposed to go. Mm-hmm. Mostly, it's not going to there's a lot of bias going on. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
People would like to say that people are not picked and choose. There's a lot of picking and choosing. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people being pushed out, and they're not given opportunities. They don't understand the law. They back down too easily. And that is a problem that is rampant in Manitoba. Manitobans don't seem to have a whole lot of, sorry to say it, backbone.
Yeah.
They'll fight with strangers on the street, but when it comes to the real problem, I mean, it's like all weekend long, who did they send to serve me these papers? East Indian security guards.
Yeah.
As if Manitoba Housing doesn't have blonde-haired, blue-eyed security guards. Right? So if I was ignorant enough to believe that they are the only security guards there,
yeah,
I would have this big hate on for these people.
Yeah.
But I know better. Mm-hmm. Because it's actually something that's a shit job. Mm-hmm. People can come out of their places smoking. Mm-hmm. But then again, I'm old enough to know better. I'm old enough to understand the law. And I've been here 100 times before.
Yeah.
And as I get older, I mean, it's like I went through 20 years with these people. No matter what I did and how much I paid, they always want more. Now I finally get some of my things work out. They want more again. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you look around you. A 1-bedroom suite is going for $1,400. Anywhere you are right now, and if your landlord is not doing what they're supposed to do, you must bombard them. You must go to your MLAs all over the city, because the Conservatives are already whining that if they lose the election in Manitoba, it's Chinese tampering, which is bullshit. They've had 14 to 20 years of them from, oh yeah, you remember this guy? Brian Pallister, with all his many provinces?
What was he kicked out for?
Oh, he didn't get kicked out. He quit.
Oh, he just quit?
He quit. Because, the native people should be happy that we gave them schools and education. Remember those words?
No, that was his quote.
That was his quote.
Should be happy. You should be happy with your education that we taught you.
Meanwhile, he stole some of their money and moved off to where he's living. So wherever he's living right now, he should be thanking those natives for all the millions of dollars he could steal from them.
Yeah.
But, you know, hey,
Yeah.
this is another guy. And right now they gave us what? Oh yeah, $225 just because the election is coming up.
Yeah. It's
Oh
the carbon
my.
tax credit. Here you guys go. There,
Oh my.
That should help
It's
you
like,
pay for your bills.
it's like, let's be honest. I went to the grocery store. That $225 got me 2 bags of groceries.
Yep. With the
I went to
inflation.
Burger King. $10 for a burger.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, the cost of food is up that high.
Yeah.
And people are thinking that you're worried about your rent on a daily basis. I think if you got to eat or you got to pay your rent, what are you going to do?
Choose food.
If life throws you a curveball and you got to pay your rent, what are you going to do? Landlords are landlords. Most landlords are not even doing their jobs properly anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Scum
they're,
landlords.
they're living pretty good. You know what? If you went to see where most of these people lived, you'd be mad.
Yeah.
You'd be like livid. The
For a
nerve of these
5-bedroom
people
house,
to be bothering you every day about money
Yeah.
when you're working so hard to get yours.
Yeah.
And for now, this is as far I'm gonna go on this moment.
Mm-hmm.
But you will be hearing from me this week within the next 2 days.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning, and this is gonna be an online story from now till it's over.
Yeah.
And the only way it's gonna come to a finality is when the government gives me what I want.
Okay, but let's rewind back for a little bit. What were you saying about what was that notice that you got for those 2 East Indian security guards trying to get you out of your own
They're
place?
trying to give.
Oh,
Gee.
That happens all the time. Just watch the. Just don't. It's a squeaky table. We got a squeaky table.
Yeah. They're trying to give me a 5-day notice on the weekend.
Yeah.
I will not take a 5-day notice. Actually, I'm not going to take the 5-day notice at all.
Yeah. But how do you get around that if it's the
No, it's not a matter of getting around it, okay? Mm-hmm. It's a matter of never accepting it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because someone brings a paper to serve you,
Yeah.
do not take it.
Oh, you start dodging.
That's
away from
right.
Matrix.
Just walk away. Just walk away.
That's not
No,
me.
just
Different,
walk away.
You got the wrong person.
The thing is, it has to be served to you,
Yeah.
okay? Personally.
Mm-hmm.
Once you know this is in play,
Mm-hmm.
first thing you do is get in contact with your MLA.
Mm-hmm.
Your MLA is your first line of defense against all other government industries. All other government departments have to answer to MLAs.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, if you have a dispute with social assistance, go to your MLA. Manitoba Housing, go to your MLA. The RBC does not follow under a government board. That's why I don't understand how so many people accept their judgments. You go to bigger cities like Toronto, and you get in a dispute with your landlord, you go to court. You go to court. And once a judge passes that, now you know you are actually in a legal binding situation.
Yeah.
But Manitoba, for whatever reason, I don't even know where this RBC came from.
It's literally RBC, the bank?
No. It's that's what I said.
I'm thinking of RBC
No,
Royal
no,
Bank.
it's not the Royal Bank. No,
It's RBC.
It's
what is it?
RBC is some. Actually, I'm waiting for my MLA to get back to me with information on that, and that's why I say the rest of this will continue.
It sounds like bullshit though.
Hey.
RBC, someone just threw some letters together.
Yeah, well,
And
they have a
the
big
bank.
building right down there on Edmonton Street on the
What is
on
it?
the 14th floor.
What do they deal with though?
People's rent.
People's rent.
Yeah.
Oh, renters.
Yeah, something to do with
building,
renting. Yeah.
community or something.
Yeah.
But
But I know that I don't adhere to these people.
you'd be surprised at what happens because when we were talking about Tyler, the Bonnie's son, he came in here it was a bachelor suite that he bought. My landlord, same landlord that we had, charged him $800 for a bachelor suite. There's a bachelor suite. We got a buddy that is owned, and he's paying $700 for his bachelor suite. So he got fucked, signed some things, and didn't know. And they just switch the prices anytime. Oh, you know.
Well, that's just
little white guy. He's a small guy, blonde hair, blue hair. Yeah, he's got the money.
The thing is, in Manitoba, there are no rules. Yeah. Everybody always say, Manitoba, the cheapest province. Hey,
it's the cheapest province.
Hey, look around you. Tell me how cheap things are for you.
Oh, it's fucking.
Tell me how cheap things are for you. Look around. Tell me how cheap things are.
No, yeah.
And if you adherent, only 2 rules you must remember. Never let the police get involved in your situation. Mm-hmm. And never accept any paperwork from anyone. Accept no paperwork. Never let the police get involved. The landlords are always looking to get the police involved because that's the only way they can push an eviction. If the police have to come, they will be forced to enforce whatever goes on. Mm-hmm. So long as they don't show up, the landlord has no power over you.
Yeah, you could go ahead and use this little.
Yeah. They have no power over you.
What my landlord would constantly threaten me with, and I'm literally talking about a couple weeks late of rent or some shit being held up. So like, there's it's 3 months that you get, right? Of like, I heard that you get 3 months of like no payment.
Could be years.
You could be years.
Could be years.
Squatting in a house.
Squatting is going on all the time.
Yeah. So like,
in Ontario, where there's a large portion where police enforce so much, there's so much squatting going on in Ontario.
Yeah.
Because people, if you're completely homeless with no money, right? Mm-hmm. And you find a nice place, and you got in there, and there's food in there, and a bed in there.
A fridge.
Are you gonna leave? Are you gonna leave it? Some guys could live so good that he can leave his house for 6 months. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. I'm not squatting. I'm paying rent.
Yeah.
But I live on a pension, so I pay rent when I can pay my rent. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm living on X number of dollars, constantly fighting to get the rest of my money. I will never allow any place to put me up. Mm-hmm. I'm on the twilight of my years. Where I am is where I'm staying.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for anything.
You're not. Yeah. You're not trying to. Not trying to move the world, or you're not trying to.
No.
But
they're not gonna move me either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like with people, especially with pensions nowadays, for us, I looked at how much I was supposed to get at Coca-Cola for my pension, and that's one of the main reasons why I quit. I go, it was $20,000 in the next 40 to 50 years whenever I retire. $20,000 a year. That's poverty now.
I know. Exactly.
So in the whenever inflation in those next 50
you know
years,
what?
It's nothing.
The worst part about it is places like Manitoba and Saskatchewan has kept their population in poverty forever. Mm-hmm. And it's always been a conservative play. From the minute the NDP left Manitoba, this province became a pit hole. And I don't know who's voting for these guys. I honestly don't, because I'm a voter. I've voted all my life.
Who did you vote for last?
Always.
Last
NDP. NDP, liberal. NDP, liberal. I would never vote conservatives.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you
hear the garbage these people spout? Oh, if I lose the election, it must be Chinese tampering. Maybe because you have shafted us so many times. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I thought about it. I mean, you could always tell a conservative person. Kelly Scribe, total conservative.
Yeah.
Just walked in all arrogant up in my house. Like, whoa, lady.
She came into your house?
Yeah, she came in, stood at the door. Her and her little partner, her little goofy partner, right?
Yeah.
And I told her I'd paid the rent.
Yeah.
And she says, well, I didn't even check that. I said, oh, I paid you the rent a little late, but you can care less. Mm. Next thing, you're trying to serve me a 5-day notice, even though I paid the rent. So,
yeah. I get these notices, and it's like what we've had.
Because what they're doing,
it's all bullshit.
What they're doing, it's called you're giving them money, but they're constantly making you feel bad. Hopefully, you'll just move.
Yeah, it's like a fear-mongering thing or something, and then they get the money from the rent, and then as soon as you're out, they could just sell it and flip it, and then they got more money to go. But it's like, I don't want to. You know what? I got the sob story from my landlord saying, like, "Oh, we're so broke." It is a Filipino girl, old fat girl. I'm so sick. You're sick every time I haven't paid rent. Every time, once a month on the first, you get sick. I'm so sick. I'm so struggling. I need the bills. And I'm like listening to her talk, and I'm like, this is all bullshit. You're giving me a sob story, sitting on over 20 properties. Sell them, bitch. Sell them. Like, it's ridiculous. The shit that they do.
What it's called?
Fear-mongering.
From society.
Or sympathy or victim.
The thing is, you got to look at it this way. Everybody in the Americas want more. No. Everybody wants more.
More money.
Right? I mean, the native people that live here have no concept of what they were on. And they have no concept on how ever to get it back. Because honestly, I see the things they do. Mm-hmm. The same building I live in, they abandon all their stuff. Bikes, TVs, everything.
You see hats and clothes on the street all the time.
You know what? They get these people that come around and pile all their stuff. And they segregate it. This is to be resold. One time I needed a tire for my bike. Mm-hmm. The guy said, "Oh, you can. All this stuff is to go somewhere." I said, "Well, I'll give you $20." He says, "There you go."
Now it's going to you.
Exactly.
I walked out right outside. I was going to probably grab some like late night some snacks or something. Going out to my car, I seen a guy with a fucking. I have the coat still. Fucking cashmere. Fucking university, one of those what the coats Alexander wears, like long black like trench coat, university professor, cashmere, fucking $100 coat. The guy's like, "It's $100 coat, man. I'll sell it to you for $50, man." And I'm like, "All I got is 10. Good. I'll take it."
Hey,
I'm like,
all he needed was another little jib pipe. And that's just it.
He just needed
honestly, you know what? Why is there such a drug epidemic? To keep the poor people exactly where they are. Yeah. You ever see these people who are all jibbed up? Yeah. They don't even know where the hell they are. Yeah. You know what? They walk around and they ask you what day it is.
They're yelling and screaming, talking to themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know what? You know, if you ever watch a police officer around a jib head, you know what it is? They just sit and watch them. You know why they're sitting there watching them? Not because they want help, because they don't.
They're scared.
They're waiting to see if they fall down and they start overdosing or something. They hit them with the Narcan and call the paramedic, and that's the end of it. Yeah. They don't touch them. There's no place for people with that addiction to go. Yeah. Because, but you think about it, why is there so much of it? If people are on cocaine and all these things, there's places for them to go.
Well, they just busted. I don't know if you heard this on the news.
I heard about that.
They busted, it was a $1 million fucking
it was $20 million. They busted at a heroin. Yeah. It was another.
There's a meth ring.
The meth. Basically. But the thing is, honestly, that meth ring they busted, that was just somebody ratting out somebody. Okay.
But it was still like, they had to, it cleaned it up a lot because I heard there's like.
No, it didn't.
No, well,
no, it didn't.
You
know what? Anybody can make meth in a bathtub.
Yeah. Can you? In a bathtub? I thought it was, I watched Breaking Bad. I think it takes. No. It takes one of those super fucking.
Look, if you're a real chemist, you need a fancy place.
You got to do it right.
But for people who sleep outside of the street,
I forgot the clientele is the guys rummaging through those dumpster bits outside.
Hey, you know what? They go outside and go through the garbage and take this stuff and take it to the laundromat and wash it up. and take it to anybody and say brand new clothes.
Yeah. I've got a couple of pairs of socks and shorts missing from the fucking laundry.
Oh yeah.
I had on this suite, specifically this floor. I live on the 12th floor. Fucking there was a person sitting, because we used to have like it was the lock that was broken, and I loved it because every time I could I worked at nights or Coca-Cola, so right after my shift or whatever at 1 a.m. I could go do my laundry. Now I just was that was the thing I was doing, because the lock handle was like twisted off or something, so like it would appear locked, but if you just kind of yank it a little bit and push out, you just open it up. So it was like a faulty lock system. I loved it until there's a fucking crackhead sitting in there, this girl, young girl, beautiful girl too. She was fucking tattooed up and everything. And she was just sitting there, and I went to go do my laundry at like 6 a.m. I'm go, what the fuck? There's I tried to like see her. She was just passed out. And I woke her up. I'm like, I'm going to call the fucking security guard to come get you out of here. Are you all right? She's still breathing and everything. So I let her know that, authorities coming, and fucking by the time they got there, I think they left. But I told them they escorted her, or maybe they escorted her out. But ever since then, they fixed the locks and locked it up.
Yeah, well, they broke the lock so they could get it.
Yeah.
So you
I liked it up until that point.
You took away one. Honestly, 24 Carlton. One of the places Kelly Scribe used.
Is it okay to grab a smoke, man?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay.
One of the places this Kelly Scribe worked. If you go to 24 Carlton, that place is worse off now.
You want a drink? Huh?
Sure. Yeah. It's worse off now than it was before they came. Everywhere these people go, they damage the buildings. Like way worse. Because they don't do anything properly.
Like you're talking about the landlords.
They're supposed to be the management, not the real land. The landlord is actually Manitoba. Manitoba is my landlord. And that's what people don't get. When you live in housing, Winnipeg housing, your landlord is the Winnipeg housing. Winnipeg. If you live in Manitoba housing, your landlord is the Manitoba government. Mm-hmm. So, your government are the ones you're paying the rent to. Not Miss Kelly Scribe and whoever she answers to. Not the security guards.
Yeah.
All right? Mm-hmm. So, the same people that are taking my taxes all the time are trying to tell me to become homeless for what? No. I would think this is more based on power struggles with people who have nothing better to do than to mess with people who have less than they do.
Yeah. You want to hear something funny? Speaking of Tyler, this guy came in, he wasn't here anymore. He came back from London, Ontario, because he was living with his mom's place, back to see his girlfriend, the girl that fucking ruined his life, came back, she fucked him up again, all bloody, nose bloody, came to this place, trying to get me at like 1 a.m. I was like passed out. He came through the security guard, and I guess he ended up fighting the security guard. He's like, I'm just trying to see Jeff. He didn't call. He didn't text. I didn't know.
Let him in?
I didn't let him in. Okay. I was sleeping.
Good.
They didn't let him in.
Good.
He came in all fucked up, and then the security guard's like, hey, you're Jeff, right? And I go, yeah. They go, well, the cops are looking for you because this such and such guy is... And I go, that's a separate person. I don't know who you're talking about. I didn't know they were talking about the guy that I knew. But it was like they were trying to pin whatever he did to them on me. And this was the security guards in our building. And I go, that doesn't, like, legally you have no footprint to do that. His actions aren't my actions.
No, they're not.
And I'm like, specifically speaking, I started recording. I'm trying to say that I'm in trouble. I go, for what? For another man's actions? It's impossible to pin anything. Oh, because he's looking for me? I'm scared. I was sleeping. I don't want none of. If he's fighting you guys, that's your guys' problem, and that's his problem.
That's a beef between you two.
Just because he's mentioned my name, Next time I go rob a bank, I'm gonna go mention Justin Trudeau, and now he doesn't get the fucking he doesn't get the charge for it. It was retarded, man.
Another thing,
mouth breathers.
it's all this conservative nonsense about Justin Trudeau. I mean, let's be honest.
Let's talk about it.
Justin Trudeau gives us money. The conservative government takes the money Justin Trudeau gives, dispenses with it however they want, and then turn around. It would be like your father giving you $50 and you go and waste it, and then turning around and say, Dad didn't give me no money.
Dad didn't give me shit, yeah.
That's exactly what the conservatives have been doing with the money that Justin Trudeau has been giving them. They've been wasting it. Come on, tell me something. When you're hungry, do you need the road fixed right now?
No.
How many people are hungry in Manitoba?
More
How many
and more
people
every day.
are living under $20,000 in Manitoba?
More and more every
and
day.
Why is it that the $2.7 billion that the Liberal government is constantly giving, the Conservative government never getting any to us? Oh, yeah. Oh, election year.
It's election year.
If it doesn't work out, the Chinese tampered with it. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Conservatives are done up in this bank.
I don't know, man, because like I gotta say it. This is a
just
joke.
because they still put his face on it.
It's a face you remember. And
well, I hate that face.
But they're always gonna vote for Justin Trudeau because he's good looking, and 60% of Canadian is women.
He was smart. He was smart enough to figure out a way to take billions of dollars out of a situation. That's why the Conservatives won it.
Yeah.
Okay? When he legalized weed, he took billions of dollars and put it in the government hands. That's why when he started giving out these budget money and the syrup checks, everybody was saying, oh, where did he get the money? You know how much it is to run a weed shop?
Weed shop, yeah.
$30,000 a month.
They toss out pound by the kilos. They just toss. We can't sell that. Toss it up.
$30,000 a month.
Yeah.
Times 12. For every weed shop in the city, they have to pay Justin Trudeau's government $30,000 a month.
Yeah.
So they're obviously paying it, aren't they?
They have to. Or else they'd
be out of business.
Yeah, they come down with like it's fucking
exactly.
Like the New York Mafia, and they come down and burn your crops.
And that's the only reason the Conservatives won it, because they're seeing all those billions of dollars, and they keep whining, the deficit.
Yeah,
deficit got covered. I mean, this is the only country with 3 taxes. So I don't know what deficit you guys are talking about.
Wait, we have 3 taxes? I didn't know about this. We have federal,
GST, PST, and we got all these little taxes, the gas tax, the this tax.
The nicotine tax.
Right, exactly.
Oh, it's fucking...
There's so much... This country
to the roof.
And let's be honest, the GST is one tax. But that regular tax should have been... There's 2 parts to it. I can't remember how it works. But some of that was put in place during the war. Like World War II, and should have been dispensed with
after, but
but it's still there.
It's such a good money-making tax.
I know.
So they're never going to get rid of it.
No. Canada is one of the few countries that honestly, when it comes to the deficit is probably more like tic-tac-toe.
It's the pass the buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually... All I see with government is that there's a lot of government people that are taking money and just lying about what they took. I know that once the Conservatives are out of Manitoba, we will find out the kind of money that Brian Pallister took.
Yeah. Well,
and that man
took
at least, I think he took at least $100 million.
Well, yeah, it's the I'm retiring thing.
Hey,
how much do you think
Pallister? I think Pallister took money off the natives' money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's obvious.
I pretty much think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff he said about native people showed me that he would steal from them with his hands down, man. Hands
Yeah,
down.
and smile in their face. Not
Yep.
even.
Oh no, he didn't. He never liked Native people.
Mm-hmm.
No. Matter of fact, he was one of the biggest racists that you'd ever come across.
Yeah.
And that's it about Manitoba. Racism is rampant, but it's like, as a young person, trying to drive a bus, right?
Yeah.
All across Canada. The one thing I always heard, oh, the position is going to be open, but could you apply back in 3 months? Now I see signs all up, all over the place. Look at my bus drivers. Look at my bus drivers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm too old to drive a bus now.
Yeah. Still waiting
No.
waiting to hear back from you guys.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
no, but
no, I'm too old
It's
to
tough, man. I guess
No,
tough.
you know what? You could drive a bus.
I know, but
Yeah.
I don't want to drive a bus. I could drive a truck. I could drive
You
anything
know what? The thing is, it's the pension. There's a really good pension.
for transit.
Yeah.
I guess because it's city work.
No, I have family members that drive bus.
Mhm.
I have family members in every branch of the government.
Well,
And that's just it.
I think that,
I put in a lot of years of work. I didn't have to deal with any of this stuff. Hell, I didn't even have to deal with housing till up to 20 years ago. And why did I deal with housing? I ended up in a nightmare situation. And it was the NDP that gave me my place. And I'll be damned if the Conservatives take
try to
it from
take it.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well,
anyway,
it's a
this
witch
is
hunt.
me signing off
Yeah.
until I get back.
You gonna
When
get back?
Yeah, when I get back,
Yeah.
we will. This is gonna go on for about 2-3 months.
Okay.
Okay.
And so just to clarify, because I got the picture, but I don't really understand what came about it. If you paid your rent, how,
Because they said I was late.
you were late, so then you're getting evicted.
Yeah, I'm late.
You're
I'm
late.
late.
By a couple weeks or what?
Yeah, well, Latasha's son died,
Yeah. She,
and everything
you know,
was off. So
You're dealing with death in the family.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
She wasn't even about that, man.
But-
you know what it's about?
Yeah.
Okay. I have been fighting with so many government agencies. And, government people are all tied to each other.
And if you
know what?
shake the dragon's tail long enough,
Hey,
it tries
you know
to
what?
come and bite you.
Now listen, I'm arguing with one branch of the government, and it's always like this.
Yeah.
They constantly try to keep me off balance.
Yeah, and just for the people, we need to know you fought. How many cases did you have?
38 cases.
38 cases.
1-6.
You won 6, lost the.
They lost the
32,
other 30.
30
Yeah,
something.
lost them.
Yeah.
But you know what? Just because you lose the case, do not think you lost. It all depends on how you go about fighting.
Mm-hmm.
If you make any mistakes, they always go with their own. Even if you're right,
Mm-hmm.
they go with their own. You have to constantly be persistent,
Mm-hmm.
keep filing, and if you have any kind of thoughts that, oh, you're wrong, that is a mistake on your part.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot feel doubt at all when you're dealing with the government.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything they do is long term. If you're trying to get money from the government, be prepared to wait 10 years. If the government
man.
wants money from you, be prepared to have to, they want it in 6 months.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Think about it. If they want your taxes, they'll garnish your wage, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Or
owe
it's-
you money.
Yeah.
They're telling you to wait. When you apply for pension, you know how long it took me to get the pension money? 2.5 years.
Jeez.
2.5 years to get the money.
You would have starved.
I literally had more bills than the money was worth.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to pay things out. It's like, if I pay this one, if I pay that one, I'm still short $5,000.
Yeah.
Even though they gave me $20,000. How did that work out?
Because it took 2.5 years to come.
There you go.
There's fucking the
Because the
loopholes
interest,
and
the this, the that,
yeah.
yeah.
The late fees of everything that you're paying and
Hey,
everything.
they
adds
do
up.
not ever, when it comes to dealing with the government, think. Don't accept any papers.
Yeah.
No matter what they tell you, don't take them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take them. They don't have a right to push it down your throat.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a right to put a gun to your head. Don't accept them.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. Don't ever accept them. Get to your MLAs. Turn these frowns around. They have killed enough of people I know.
Mm-hmm.
And people who are aging out, they wait. It's like people don't even know that they have to apply for their old age and their pensions and stuff. They reach 65 and they thought it was going to be a month's application.
Yeah.
It's like pension, 2.5 years. That's CPP. Old age, 1.5 years. The guaranteed income supplement, another 1.5 years. So you have to apply for all these things at 63.5. So when you're in halfway to 64, you apply for it at 64, you may get it.
Right when you retire.
No, you're never getting it when you retire.
You gotta wait.
You're gonna get it halfway to 66.
Jesus, fuck.
Yeah.
So that's a fucking. So you apply at 64.5 or
You
63.5.
2.5 years to get it all done.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
So I'm telling my mom. I gotta tell my mom. She's
I
she's
told her.
63. Yeah,
I told her.
63.
I'm older than her. I told her that.
You're older than her?
Yeah.
Are you? You're 65?
No, I'm 60. I'll be 65. I'm 64 this year.
Oh, okay. 64.
I'm older than your mother.
By like it's
3
9
weeks.
months.
I know. No, 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I already told her all that stuff.
Yeah, but when you take out the pension before 65, don't you get hit with like
No.
No, you don't.
No.
I thought. Oh, my mom was telling me all the time she
I know.
she doesn't want to retire because
Look, your mother doesn't understand. The only way you retire before 60, and this is another thing, you must get complete disability.
Yeah.
You have to get that disability CPP.
Disability,
Yeah, my CPP is a lot more than I'm willing to discuss.
Okay, but because you
I'm
gotta
on a complete.
gotta prove that you can't work, right? So
Yeah.
it's like your
No.
back or whatever you have
No.
wrong with you.
The thing is, what
Yeah.
happened to me with all these agencies and how much I proved to my doctors that the government did tamper with my life.
Yeah. Well, how did they tamper with it? And how did you prove it?
Literally, the only jobs that I could do, they made sure I couldn't do it.
Oh, like
And that's simple.
well, because you're welding.
No,
Or
driving.
Driving.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They made sure I couldn't drive.
Like with fees
I-
or
Not
tickets,
just fees.
ruined your license.
No, not just fees. I called the government like years ago, long time.
Mm-hmm.
And those people told me I will never get another driver's license under certain things. That if I needed a driver's license, I would have to get an application, go to a company, and it's like, who the hell is going to sign off all that paperwork to hire you?
Yeah, you got. Yeah, you're creating a job just to get the job.
And just before the CERB came out, I called to claim bankruptcy to get my driver's license, that money to go away. And the woman just told me, well, just pay it. Pay it, Mr. Stewart. Pay it. I said, what? She says, we'll give you. I said, I've had driver's license all over Manitoba, all over Canada, outside of this province. And you guys have told me for years that you wouldn't give me one here. Mm-hmm. And now you just tell me and honestly, the money is still standing. There's still $7,000 standing.
Jeez. But I just don't understand how did they fucked up your license and everything. And how did you hurt. So you proved that, and how did you win that settlement? Like saying that you're
I didn't win any settlement.
Or not
my
settlement
doctors,
or anything, but
my doctors cost me a lot of money.
yeah.
I managed to come up with
Man, you want to hear something that's funny? I knew this. I was taking drivers fucking truck driving in Arnold Brothers. And then there's this fucking millionaire Asian Chinese dude, fucking crazy guy, and like he kept to himself. But I started talking to him because we'd have smokes together, and I looked down at the thing and I look at the cigarette brand and it has his last name on the cigarette in fucking that like holographic writing on a cigarette. He's like, yeah, I got my own cigarette company in China. He's like, I'm like, dude, you're a millionaire? He's like, yeah. He came over here. He's like, I came over here, $500,000 Canadian, our money. I'm just learning how to drive truck for 6 months. Like, oh, jeez. And he's like, over here, you know, Canada's nice, it's beautiful, but it's so expensive. This guy's a millionaire. He's like, it's so expensive. You know, in China, we go, you do anything you want. As long as you got the money, you go. But here, they limit you doing this and that, and it's expensive. Yeah. China, cheap. It's so cheap in China. Yeah. You just
but not China. Hong Kong.
Huh?
He's talking about Hong Kong.
Okay. Well, no.
Hong Kong.
He was the Han Dynasty cigarette brand.
Hong Kong.
Okay.
Hong Kong.
Yeah.
You gotta realize, okay.
Yeah.
People make the mistake of thinking China and Hong Kong is one place.
Yeah.
It's not. China just got Hong Kong back.
Okay.
2 years ago. And that, you remember when this pandemic started?
Yeah.
If you think about it, that's when the Chinese students in Hong Kong started standing up to the world. And everybody was getting involved, and all of a sudden the pandemic started.
Yeah. Well,
but people don't remember much.
Yeah. Well, should we end that?
Yeah.
End it on that note, then? I guess that's been the weekend show with Mediumjay, and want to thank my dad for coming on the podcast. There'll be more episodes coming very shortly in the foreseeable future. Thank you, and signing out.